Hello and welcome back to KXAN Plus. I am your host, Esmeralda Zamora. If you're watching us live, thanks for joining us and happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend, so that means we have our Freddy's Weekend Watch show with our KXAN meteorologist, Freddy Vella. Freddy, thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
I am doing great. And yourself?
I am doing great. Like I just said, it's almost the weekend, so it feels great. We have some cooler temperatures out there. Feels great.
That front came in yesterday, definitely made a big change across Central Texas. Some people got rainfall, some people didn't, unfortunately. But overall, we can't complain. It was a wonderful and very, very, very less humid morning.
Yes, very less humid, and I'm excited to see our mornings and our nights cool down a little bit more as we enter this new holiday season, our October holiday, and then we have November, December. All the fun festivities are coming up right around the corner, right?
All of them are coming up, and if you're already making plans for the weekend, well, we got you covered. Here's a look at your forecast and what you can expect for the weekend itself. We're looking at temperatures staying at around 92 to 93 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Mostly sunny out there and warm, but overall, this is weather that we cannot complain about. Obviously, we had the front come in. It made big, big changes. Yes, it's not as cool as we would like it. Normal average temperature around this time of year is 89 degrees. So we're only about 3 to 4 degrees above that for the weekend. But at least we're not 99. At least we're not triple digits. We're staying well far away from that. We are going to have beautiful sunny skies, not only for today, but that looks like it's going to be the trend as we get into tonight and into tomorrow as well. You can even see here by 2 p.m. on Friday, we're still looking at mostly clear skies leading into Saturday, expecting for the clear skies to remain essentially. A few clouds may roll in, but again, weather that we cannot complain about. This is something we've been wanting. We got it. The front is here. We're well far away from 100 degrees. Let's just enjoy this for right now before we get to colder weather, and then we don't even want to go outside anymore.
I know, but it's always better than that scorching hot triple digit degree weather that we have here in Texas.
100%. You know, the only time it's good to be close to 100 is when you're hanging out by the beach. If you don't have a beach next to you, let's stay away from the triple digits.
Well, Freddie, this weekend calls for lots of festivals. We have Fruit, Pup, Fall, Marching Band, all kinds of festivals happening around Central Texas, right?
A ton of festivals, but there's one in particular that I wanted to start off with, and then we'll have a special guest a little to talk about it. But this is Tubu 2025,
Wow.
the Disability Short Fringe Theater Festival. And it means, Tubu means theater for us, by us. And the really cool thing about this theater festival is it's geared towards people with disabilities, all types of disabilities. This runs today all the way through Saturday, and it's going to be at the ground floor theater. They've brought in directors, writers, and so many more actors from all across the nation to come in and to be part of this Tubu 2025 Disability Short Fringe Theater Festival. It's a safe space for every single disability out there, whether it's visible or invisible, whether you would like to speak about it or not, and for every type of disability. And the really cool thing is that they're giving them a voice. And in the interview that you're going to hear in just a bit from the founders of this festival, they wanted to make sure that every single voice was heard, because it is one of the hardest voices to get onto the screen. There have been shows with people with disabilities, but sometimes they're portrayed by people who don't have disabilities. And in this instance, they want to bring all people of disabilities together. Even if you, are deaf, they have ACL people who are going to be ASL people that are going to be there in order to make sure that you can actually understand that a bit more. They have blind directors who are participating in this, and so much more. So it's something you really got to check out.
That is so sweet. And it gives them a stage, right? To go out and express themselves. Everyone loves to be on stage.
Everyone does love to be on stage. I like that you brought that up. Everyone does, well, maybe some people don't, but
deep down, you want to be on that stage.
You want to be on that stage, and there's so little opportunities for people with disabilities to kind of be there and to take part in something like this. And even if the character itself isn't disabled or doesn't have a visible disability, it's still harder to get someone with a disability into those roles.
Hmm.
And so that's what this whole festival is about. Is about getting them on stage and showcasing, their talent. Not necessarily the disability. It's to showcase their talent, and that's what this is about.
That is so sweet. Now, if you're interested in joining or attending this event, the details will be on our website, kxan.com. But if you stick around throughout this stream, you'll also find an interview where all those details are talked about, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. They went in depth about pretty much everything that you want to know about this festival and why they decided to put on this festival. So check it out. That interview coming up in just a bit. But there's a
Sweet.
lot of other festivals that we want to talk about, including the Fruit Festival.
This one sounds delicious.
This one does sound really cool. So this is really cool too for people who are vegan or prefer raw foods. This is what this festival is all about. And it's called the Fruit Festival, but it's essentially encompassing everything that's natural, essentially. So the 2025 Texas Fruit Festival runs Friday through Sunday. It's going to be at the Casa de Luz on 1701 Toomey Road. And they're going to have plenty of raw and fresh food there as well. They'll have vendors, they're going to have music, they're going to have motivational speakers, they're going to have dancers. They're going to have so much stuff going on here. And then at the very end, they're actually going to take a nature hike and swimming little event.
Excursion,
Yeah,
yeah.
excursion that they're going to be able to participate in. So this is really cool because you're going to be able to participate in this and just kind of enjoy everything that raw foods and fruit has to offer.
That's nice. You can take some produce or some fruit home and then go for a little light hike or jog, whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah, and Austin, known very much for its healthy living, its healthy lifestyle.
And it's hikes.
And it's hikes. And so people have been wanting something like this. So here it is, the 2025 Texas Fruit Festival. Check it out. It runs Friday all the way through Sunday.
Nice. That one sounds fun.
Yeah. Now we have another event that we want to talk about. This one taking place on Saturday.
More music.
Music. This one is really cool and speaks a little bit to my heart because, yes, I'm a theater major. Yes, I graduated with a theater degree and then I went back for meteorology. But my very first love was actually band.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I loved being in marching band. I don't miss the tan that I used to get all the time
Or
from
the
being in the sun.
marching in the heat in South Texas.
The heat was not the fun part, but being there, being part of that, I remember I can visually imagine still being in my marching band and seeing that all around and performing for the audience and stuff like that. It was so much fun. So anyway, the Capital City Marching Fest, that's taking place this Saturday, September 27th at the Burger Center. This one is going to have over 15 marching bands that are going to be competing. Start at 10 a.m. and last all the way till 4 p.m. And then at the very end, they're obviously going to hand out the awards.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. You said you were not in marching band, right?
I was.
Oh, you were in marching band.
I was.
What did you play?
I played the clarinet.
You played the clarinet? Okay, yeah. What do you remember? Because I'm trying to think of mine. Do you remember the songs that you performed in marching band?
I performed like several Star Wars songs because my band director was obsessed with Star Wars. I think we did a Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
We did a lot of Halloween ones because
Okay.
my band director loved Halloween. And we did like a lot of movie soundtracks. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I remember they were all like movie soundtracks.
Now, I'm trying to think. I remember my first one. My first one was New World Symphony. My second one, or maybe my third one that I was in, was West Side Story.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, we did West Side Story. I can't remember the other two. So, yeah.
If you've never been to a marching band competition, they're so much fun. Sitting there watching all of the different like performances that they put on and how long they are, what all goes into it. They have dancers, they have flag people, they have all different to the competition.
A ton of elements. And I love when they highlight the percussion
Yes.
section. So I played saxophone. I actually played alto sax my first and second year, and then my third year I was bari sax. I'm, for people who don't know at home, I'm short. I'm 5'5", and the bari sax is essentially like 5 feet.
Huge, yeah.
So I had to carry that thing around while marching. It was not easy, and I remember my neck hurting at the end of the season. But and then I became a drum major. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was some of the best moments I've ever had. And obviously, these kids are all coming together to perform. So if you can check it out, it's a lot of fun. The Capital City Marching Fest that takes place on Saturday. And if you're wondering what the weather is going to be like out there for Saturday going into Sunday, I got you covered there. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is a wider look. This one is our Euro model. This one kind of giving us an idea that we are expecting for sunny skies to stick around for Friday. You'll notice some cloud coverage along the border of Texas. That looks like it's going to stay mostly out there. And then once we get out towards Saturday afternoon, you may get a passing cloud or two, but no rainfall. The rainfall is done. We are completely out of in the clear with this one. Here's the thing, and what's really interesting is that we are expecting for the winds to shift just a bit as we get into Saturday and Sunday, more coming in from the east more than anything else. And so what we're going to see is the return of warmth, but we're not going to see the return of humidity because most of the winds are coming in more from the northeast compared to just straight up east or straight up south. And most of the humidity and moisture comes in from the Gulf, and that's how we get all that. But with us not getting the winds coming in from that direction, it looks like we're going to stay at least within more of the comfy conditions for the morning and for the afternoon. And then by Monday, we'll get a few clouds that'll come in. So that's perfect in case you decide to head out to any of these other festivals within any of these 3 days. Esmeralda, is this your favorite time of the year for festivals?
Absolutely. Fall and winter and Thanksgiving, all of that makes me happy.
It's super happy. A lot of these are so much fun, including getting out there and drinking a lot of pumpkin spice latte.
Duh.
You get the temperatures that'll drop just a bit, just enough to give you like a little light jacket.
Some leggings.
Some leggings, and then you get to just kind of enjoy your nature walks. Well, this is one for you. This one is the Uland Fall Festival. It opens this Saturday, September 27th. It's actually near Kyle. If you've never been to Uland, it's near Kyle. It's a little more to the east. So anyway, it's 6 weeks of fall, games, food, and more.
6 weeks long?
6 weeks, yeah.
Is this the first weekend?
And this is the first weekend. It opens this Saturday. This is fall, food, games, and more. They're going to have photo ops. So they'll have like backgrounds and stuff like that or along the fields. They're going to have live music every single weekend. And lots of pumpkins for you to go check out and enjoy.
Pick, paint, carve. You can do anything with pumpkins.
Anything.
Right?
And the really cool thing about this is that each weekend is themed. So they'll have different themes for different weekends. And of course, I encourage you to visit their website. They have more details on there of the different events.
Do you know what the theme is for this weekend?
This weekend, I do not. Because there's another festival, and I don't want to mix the two up.
Yeah.
So
there's two fall ones.
There's two fall ones, yeah. So I don't want to mix them up, and I don't want to accidentally say the wrong one for the for the wrong one. But this was a really, really cool event that you got to check out. So Uland Fall Festival, go ahead, check that one out, and then in a bit I'll have another one. But I have this other event that I want to talk about. This one is really cool because I'm a dog lover. Esme, you're a dog lover.
Yep.
We
love dog-friendly events.
We love dog-friendly events, and we love being pampered. You and I know a good massage, a good
spa,
a
good
day,
facial, everything
makes the world of difference. So why not have you do that and your dog? And that's what this is.
That
Wags,
is so sweet.
It's so sweet. It's the Wags and Wellness event. This is Saturday, September 27th from 9 a.m. to 12 o'clock at the Republic Square in Austin. Now, they're going to have plenty of pampering for humans and pets. They're going to have food. They're going to have drinks. Lattes for people to enjoy. They're going to have treats for your pets. They're going to have vendors there. They're even going to have a splash pool for the pups to go and enjoy.
And that last little bullet point is I'm dying.
Always my favorite whenever we have
dog owner lookalike contest.
Dog owner lookalike contest. So if you feel like you and your dog have a little bit of similarities, this is the one for you. This is the dog owner lookalike contest that you could participate in. So Wags and Wellness, it's really cool. Something you got to check out.
That is so fun. Getting pampered with your pup right next to you by the pool with some drinks in your hands and then maybe winning the contest. That sounds like so much fun.
It really is a lot of fun. So if you can, head out to this. But that's not the only one. I have one last event.
This weekend is packed with events.
Super packed. And you know what? There's two other ones that I didn't even put on here before we get to the last one. One of the events is the Nightmare Before Christmas
I saw
walk.
that.
So that one's really cool, and something you got to check out. And then, oh man, Nick Bannon told me about this one, and I already forgot the name of it. Hold on. There is another one. You know what? While I'm waiting for that one, let me go ahead and bring up this last one. This one is the Indian Springs Fall Ranch Festival. This one is really, really cool because what you're going to be able to do is it's another fall festival that you can participate in. This one also runs about 6 weeks. Looks like, yeah, about 6 weeks. And this one opens this Saturday, September 27th.
Exotic animals. That's cool.
This is really cool. So if you've never been to Indian Spring Ranch, it's a lot of fun. They have a lot of things. This one is actually near Buda, and this one is actually a bit closer to Austin. It's in Manchaca. So something you're going to have to check out. This one runs through November 1st. It's at 403 Elm View Way. They have exotic animals, fall-themed photos, and even more attractions on the weekends for you to go and enjoy. So, something that you'll want to check out.
I had some family. I know it's hard to get all of the events that are happening over the weekend. So if we could just like talk about the ones that we know off the top of our head, that can help anyone that's watching us right now, live or later on. But I had some family over this weekend, and we went to the Pumpkin Nights little festival in
Really?
Austin. It's like North Austin area. And it was so beautiful. It's like Trail of Lights, but Halloween theme.
Yeah.
Super, super fun. Food,
That
vendors, all that fun stuff.
that sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, any of these are really cool to go to, and especially to spend time with your family this time of year.
Yeah.
I think like that's the biggest thing is once the temperatures start to drop a bit, being outside with your family and friends. I always say summer is for the younger
Fun.
the younger
Yeah.
people who want to have fun, who want to go out running, who want to get in the water and all that stuff. And then the fall and the spring are more for families. Getting your family outside, playing outside,
Getting
play-
together,
getting
spending
together.
time together.
And this is just one of the ways that you can do it. Okay, I did find the last event that I did want to talk about before we get to the interview. So this is actually called Trash. If you want to look up on your, I don't know if you
Yeah,
can
I
on
can
your,
do that.
it's trashmakeover.com. So, Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannon is actually going to be participating and hosting this really cool event.
I see Jayla on the video already.
Yep. Yeah. Jayla was the host last year, and Nick Bannon is going to be the host this year. And so this is the event that's happening this Saturday, September 27th at 5:30.
It's quinceañera theme.
It's quinceañera theme. It's the 15th annual Trash Makeover quinceañera or challenge, and you can see there that it's a lot of fun. Jayla, our very own Jayla, was the host last year, and Nick Bannon, Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannon, is the host this year.
That looks like so much fun.
It is a ton of fun. There are still tickets available for this, I believe, and that's this Saturday. So, it is a little pricier, but the thing with this is that it all goes, for great things that they do across South Texas or Central Texas, excuse me. And this is more to bring awareness about the challenges that our environment faces. And so, of course, they do something like this. They have fashion, they have food, music, fun, and it's all for a great cause. It's this Saturday, September 27th at 5:30 p.m. at the TDS Pavilion. And of course, for more information, you can go to trashmakeover.com. And they have tickets. They have general admission tickets. They have sponsorship tickets and so much more that you can all participate in.
That sounds like a really fun event for family or to go on your own or grab a friend and kind of support the ecosystem, support our local food and drink vendors and musicians. That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. Tons of fun. But as I mentioned, we have a really great event that kicks off tonight, and that's that Tubu Festival. So obviously, we want everyone to be part of that. But in case you're wondering really quick, here's a look at your weather. 93 for Saturday, 92 for Sunday, mostly sunny and warm. And if you want information on any of these events that we talked about, of course, you can visit our website, kxan.com. I have my Freddy's Weekend Watch article on there with links to every single one of the events. So make sure you click on that, and that way you can head on over and find out more info.
But like we promised you in early in this stream, we do have a full interview, so stick around. We're going to play that right now, and we will see you next weekend with some more fun, family-friendly events here in Central Texas.
For sure. Acting is taking on a specific role, a character, and embodying it from TV to the stage. There are all different types of roles, but one role not featured as much are those with disabilities. And here to talk about how they are putting those roles in a feature spot in the Tubu Fest 2025 Disability Short Fringe Theater Festival are Kristen Gooch and Liz Ross, Tubu founders. Thank you so much for joining me, both of you.
Oh, well, thank you for having us.
It's such an honor to have both of you here. I'll start with Kristen first. So talk to us about what inspired both of you to create Tubu Fest, and what does theater for us, by us, mean for you?
Well, we met. We were both members of a theater company for people with disabilities that just unfortunately dissolved in 2023. But we both decided that there was a lack of disability representation on stage here in Austin and in the theaters, and we were trying to find an alternative to that, and we wanted something that had never been done before. So we came up with the idea of a festival, which is Short Fringe Festival, 15 short plays in 3 days. They all ranged from 15 minutes to 25 minutes long. And with Theater for Us by Us, this, not only do we both have disabilities, but we made a point to put out a call for disabled playwrights to submit some short plays, but didn't necessarily have to be about their disability experience. Some of our plays are, and when we did this last year, we thought it was just going to be a local event, but no. We got playwrights from all over the world, from New Zealand, from Scotland, and it just reminded me for sure, and I don't want to speak for Liz, but I'm sure it reminded you too, that representation matters, and our stories matter from our perspective, and we're giving disabled actors an opportunity to perform. So we're so excited that this is happening again. Y'all are in for a treat. I can say that much.
Of course. Liz, what do you hope, as playwrights and actors with disabilities come together and put this on, how do you hope that this festival changes the way people think about disability and that representation?
I think that a huge part of it is thinking about what is actually possible. So we have a new program that was inspired by two blind people that had been actors with a Tilt, which was a performance group that we were in before, that were friends of ours that said, we would have always wanted to direct, but we haven't had the opportunity. And they would need a sighted person to work with them and an experienced director to guide them through the process. Well, assistant directing is usually the path forward for people to learn how to direct, but that doesn't work for our community entirely, because you don't always, you have to be able to have access to those opportunities, and people aren't always willing to accommodate. And you can't really do that. So we created a co-directing experience for people, and so we have two blind directors with co-directors who are experienced directors, guiding them through the process to make sure that their vision is realized on the stage. I'm one of the co-directors with a blind director, and it's a really fun play. It's called The Strand That Beads You, and it's about a bead learning about inclusivity. We have 5 co-directors, and in different situations. And it's been a really beautiful program that kind of just happened. And other people that have learned about it that had kind of in the back of their mind thought about directing, but thought it was never possible because of different reasons, like, oh, it's not accessible to me, have come up and said, oh my gosh, I want to do that next year because it's a unique, one-of-a-kind program that we have created. And it's also coming up with ways to say that just because the role is not cast or written specifically for, this type of disability doesn't mean that a person with disability can't play that role. You can cast a person in that. Maybe you have to make accommodations, like if there is a cue that's like a visual cue and the actor is blind, you can rework that. And we've done that in some of our plays. So there's just ways that you have to be differently creative in order to accommodate cast, but it's opening up eyes and really been a beautiful experience for people.
And I know you mentioned accessibility. I think that's the biggest thing. This festival is actually going to be live streamed. Is that correct?
It is. So anyone who can't be there in person is more than welcome to tune into our live stream and watch our plays, and then we'll have a talk back afterwards, which will be live streamed as well.
That is amazing. Now, if people want to attend the festival, what's the best way they can get more details? How can they attend?
They can go to our website, which is tubufest.com, TUBUFEST.com. The live stream is also closed captioned, so if anybody needs that, for whatever reason they can choose to have captioning.
Yes.
Of course. Well, I really appreciate both of you stopping by to talk about this festival. Tubu Fest 2025 Disability Short Fringe Theater Festival runs this Thursday through Saturday at Ground Floor Theater. Kristen and Liz, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this fantastic event with us, and hopefully a lot of people join.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.